There's plenty of seats up here if anybody would like to move forward. So we're going to start the evening with some, with honoring some students this evening. So this evening, the Board of Education would like to honor and celebrate some of our very talented students. The following students have participated in the 2026 New York State School Music Association. And we're going to call you up one at a time. When you come up here, we're going to hand you your certificate and we're going to take a photo. We're going to do individual photos in front. Is that happy one? What's the name? Valentina or that? Easton Attitude. Melissa Shabaria. Lila Folder. Ethan Hope. Ignacio Bologna. Dominguez.
Oh,
Lexa Etienne. Justice Palacieri. Isabella Garcia. Maggie Castro.
Two.
Valentina Imperioli. Daniel Salvo. Yep. Yeah. Isabella Lano. Lilian Castro. Michael Lowenthal. Jacqueline Gallant. Leah Montia. Benjamin Mora. Darian Mulberry. Noah McGoon. Anna Nazario. Belinda O'Reilly. Riel Patton. Coleman. Juliana Monroe. Luis Portillo. Jordan Prianto. Salvador Rodriguez. Jorge Ruiz Lopez. Amalia Salas Brave. A. Salinas. Isabella Salinas. Marion Speck. Ariane Singh. Reagan Snag. Isha Barone. Mine right here. Isaac Walker. Elijah Woods. Following students participated in the 18th annual LIT Folk Band Festival. Danielle. And a special note, both Christine Dominguez and Grace Shannon both won the Lemon Springs Festival scholarships for $600 worth of private lessons. Congratulations to all the students here this evening. I know probably have homework or studying to do, so you're more than welcome to take a leave at this time, or if you want to stay for it.
And that's all.
Best part is. I'm using the microphone, and I can't talk any louder. I'm down there.
Now I can hear you.
I'm not gonna yell, but I am using the microphone, so you can, there's plenty of seats down here for anybody that can't hear us, feel free to come forward. I need a motion to move docket 5-353 to 5-356. All in favor? It's gone on to the reporting committees. I can see it in the I apologize. Will you please state CSA and section representative Grievous? I can't be like my. I got the report.
Hi. As we wrap up another school year, I want to take a moment and say thank you to the Board of Education, our district, our school administrators, our teachers, our staff, our families, for all your support throughout the year. I'm happy to share that we ended the year with 394 PTA members. Thank you to everyone who joined and supported our PTA. Their involvement helps so many wonderful programs and events possible for our students. A quick reminder that PTA memberships expire at the end of this month. If you'd like to continue your membership for next year, which we hope you do, you'll need to renew in September, so keep your eye on membership information over the summer. Last week, I had the honor of installing our 2026-2027 PTA Executive Board. We also celebrated some very special deserving individuals. Congratulations to Ms. Wagner and Ms. Lynch for receiving the Commitment to Children and Community Award. And yeah. And to our parent volunteer, Fiorella for receiving the Volunteer Leadership Award. So we also like to congratulate all our retirees. Thank them for their years of dedication and service to our schools. The sixth grade committee also wrapped up the year with a fantastic fun day celebration. A huge thank you to our committee members who worked hard fundraising and planning throughout the year. The students had an amazing day, created wonderful memories. As summer begins, we wish everyone a safe and happy and relaxing break. Thank you again for a wonderful year. We look forward to seeing everyone next time.
Thank you very much. We have a PTSA or special representative. Sadly, our student representative was unable to be with us this evening, so I'm going to say thank you to Ms. Morgan Hill, who spent a year with us sitting at this table and able to give us some valuable insight into, I guess, when you look at it that way. Be able to have her here with us, we'll say thank you and celebrate her this evening. Well, what we did is for her time out to be here with us. So it's a wonderful thing for her to want to do. She sent me a very lovely email saying how much her time and the ability to listen and be able to give input. So again, we want to thank Morgan for all of her time spent with us this year, and we look forward to having this done. So we just want to get. We're going to pass Mr. Amy Superintendent report for a few minutes, because the majority of the report is about that, but that's a little So we have now reached the period for district residents and or employees of the district to address the board. This individual will be limited to 3 minutes of non-confidential agenda items with an overall maximum of minutes if needed. If you have a question in the audience, please raise your hand. When called upon, please stand and state your name, so that the school in the minutes. Does anybody in the audience have a question? Yes,
Hi, my name is Jared Kufta. I'm an English teacher in the secondary school. I know the majority of the board members. They're no strangers to me. Thank you for having me here to speak. I've been a teacher for 23 years. 18 years of that time has been spent at West Hempstead, and I've loved it greatly. Valued my time here like you wouldn't believe. Seen a lot of change here. I've seen faculty and administration come and go. This district has weathered many storms since I've been here, from recessions to trying economic times to Hurricane Sandy to COVID to just you name it, we've gone through it, and I think that we've all come out stronger for it. During all those times and all those changes, there has been one constant that has been in this building. And that constant is Michelle Lambo, and I will call her Michelle Lambo because I've known her for that long. Role model, street fighter, champion of students, faculty, everything West Hempstead. I can think of nobody that is more invested in West Hempstead than Miss Lambo. I don't even know who the close second is, to be frank. Unbeknownst to her, a couple days ago, somebody started circulating a petition because we found out that she's no longer going to be at the secondary school next year. It's really tough to get 10 people in secondary school to agree on anything, let alone 130 adults sign this petition to keep her here. I was hired to teach English, and I was hired also to make sure that this community got the best education for their students. And I feel like I've done that. I feel the 130 people on this petition also do the same. They were all hired by the board. They were all hired by the administration. They trust us with the community's kids every day. I don't have any evidence. I don't have any research. I just have empirical gut feeling. And the 130 people that signed this petition are also of a singularity that it is a mistake for Ms. Lambo to not be at this building next year. We hope that the board administration reconsiders this decision, reflects upon it, and makes the right choice. Thank you very much for your time.
Before I ask anybody else to questions.
Okay.
Somebody in the audience, if you can hear my voice at this point, and in the virtual audience, raise your virtual hand so I know.
Is your microphone working?
Working. All right, nobody's raising their hand. And you know anybody else? Okay, everybody that can tell what they can hear.
I just got a message saying it's probably.
That's got to be the window on the iPad. Alright, we're gonna try to adjust that and then kind of. Do we have any other questions in the audience at this time?
Jamie, West Hempstead Education Association. I'm standing here tonight to voice to educators, specialists, and support staff who are reeling for the district's recent decision. In a single tweet, the district has reorganized the entire special education department, reclassified administrative positions, and eliminated 22 jobs. On paper, this might look like fiscal optimization or structural shift, but in the classroom, it looks like a collapse of support. First, let me be clear about what cutting 20-year teaching positions actually means. It does not mean we have fewer students.
It means we have students who will be placed in larger classes. It means our remaining teachers use vital preparation time to cover vacancies, and we need elective programs to deliver well. This directly degrades the quality of education we can offer. Second, overhauling the special education department simultaneously introduces a dangerous level of instability for our most vulnerable students. Special ed reliance is built on relationships, legal compliance, and consistency. Dissolving established co-teaching partnerships and reshuffling case managers midstream leaves general education teachers undersupported and puts legal IEP accommodations at risk for falling through the cracks. We are being asked to do more tracking with fewer hands. Finally, the reclassification of administrative roles has wiped away institutional memory and left staff in a leadership vacuum. We no longer know who to turn to for behavioral intervention, curriculum resources, or parental escalations. The chain of command is broken, just as our workloads are hitting their breaking point. Teachers are resilient, but we are not infinite. Cannot ask us to absorb larger classes, navigate special ed restructuring, and adjust to shifting administration all at once without expecting severe burnout, low morale, and inevitable turnover. We love our students. We want West Hempstead District to succeed. But these decisions force an unsustainable burden onto the backs of the teaching staff. I urge the board to pause, bring educators to the table, and look at the real-world classroom impact before these cuts permanently damage our schools. Thank you.
Yeah, it's Magarava. 3 Magarachi residents. I had heard from a parent about Miss Marin being moved out of the high school. I know we can't discuss personnel, but can you explain why it's happening or where she's going? Are we doing away with her position? Can we answer?
Well, in the docket this evening, you will see that there will be director's decisions and then the two decisions are followed.
So she's still going to be an employee in the district, but not here?
Correct.
In another building?
Again,
We'll be surprised if
it's
it's
not
not
a
her?
personal matter than public to do.
Okay. I didn't know if that was, oh,
Do you have any other questions? Yes, Mrs. Bowles.
Yes, Barbara Hafner, resident and retired educator. So I looked at your docket 5-379, and I do have lots of questions, and my 3 minutes will probably be up before I finish all these questions. But I saw nothing about a director of fine performing arts and culinary. Will there be a director to do that, or a director of learning with that? There'll be a yes, no, or maybe.
Well, it's not just fine performing area.
That was the position that we've had now. I'm looking at all of these positions. I'm not sure who covers world languages. Who is, first of all, why do we have this title, Director of Learning? Is this a new AI buzz that we're now going to push forward? I'm sorry, I just don't understand it. What is a Director of Learning, student success? What is that? What is the Director of Learning, Student Support Services? And, yeah, that was that one. What is the Director of Learning, Student Engagement and School Culture? What is that?
You have questions about the title, set a member of administrative teams, change. It reflects where we're headed as a district and expanding scope of law. Work our leaders carry. As you know, West Hempstead has been on a sustained path to growth and transformation. Landscape of public education in New York is shifting in ways that are both significant and for district value. New York State Board of Regents and the New York State Education Department recently announced the next phase of the New York Inspires Initiative, outlining the plan to transition New York for the affirmative nation competency-based framework. Proposed policies, graduation requirements, and waiving traditional seat time and credit units for demonstrating the readiness to evidence of learning, aligned with the New York State Portrait of Graduates, statewide competency, critical thinking, communication, problem solving, creativity, civic engagement, future readiness. Prosecutor in West End said this is not a secret. Confirmation work we've been doing for the last number of years, building our own portrait of graduate, aka the habits of mind, building mastery-based grading practices, having feedbacks and project learning, designing meaningful pathways to students. Has been pointing in this exactly this group. Our continue to work to meet NICE's evolving demands and changes to graduation rather than state what future looks like in update. Work is bigger, expectations are higher. Administrators have met every one of those demands. Titles below, the titles are recognition of every effort. Like the depth, breadth, and cross-district nature of the work our leaders are doing and have. If you're really more clear than this is not a decision driven by the budget season, just completed, this is to happen regardless, it's simply the right thing to do. Also worth noting that the director of learning designation is not new to us. We created director of humanity, director of STEM positions, we intentionally named them director of learning dating back to 2017. Not an AI buzz today, I would think that. That framing has always reflected our belief that instructional leadership is, at its core, about learning. We are doing now, extending that same language, that same philosophy across the whole breadth of our administrative structure. Also mentioned the director of farming and culinary arts is not reflecting the updated structure. The board has been vacated following a resignation. We'll share more as decisions are made. Also want to acknowledge there are additional details we are still working through with the leadership teams, that those conversations are finalized, and will communicate them with you directly and transparent. None of this changes to the law in relation to the development. It does, more honestly, taking the weight that they carry, decision for all of us, our districts and ambitions, require leaders who can grow alongside them. Administrative team does exactly that. I want to clarify, this is inception, apparently out there. Yes, we have discussed, it's on video, it's on PowerPoint presentation, move from ICT to functional team. Be perfectly clear about what we're talking next year. Affecting 3/4. Geometry course, hardware course, echo and government. Yes, we had to move back to a half-time model of the elementary school because we cannot afford it. Here during budget season, would have seen he balanced the budget. He had to take $5 million out of reserve, balance the budget. So yes, there are. It's also a misnomer to say that enrollment isn't that. We did a longitudinal study, and our enrollment is now leveling out, might see an increase depending on what happens with the heritage and other things. But to state that class size are going to be so large, that's not manageable, you can have that discussion, I'm not going to do it for you. Class size in the elementary school are going to be normal. Class size in the secondary school in the 4 classes did not increase all that much. Elective will increase, yes, they will, no doubt. But there are elective classes right now that we all know have 9 and 12 and 11. Going to have that discussion, we should all be honest. Yes, it's devastating to lose 21 people. 17 who are here and 4 who will another meeting. 100%. Couldn't agree with you more. This is the reality we face. Anyone who's here knows that. I do recall the first budget meeting. There was 1 human being in attendance. 1. You want to see the table? Come. Gotta see the tape. Matter of fact, I believe it was 2 meetings ago, someone in the BOE organization, I believe it's on audio or video, made a statement that we should move the director to the elementary to support that.
That would be me.
So we did. So we are listening. I understand. I understand you might not agree. But you're getting your version of reality. That's fair, because you're not in every room and every discussion. I understand. I appreciate the concern. For some of you all. I get that. That doesn't change our reality. That doesn't change the work that needs to occur. Tea time is done. Graduation requirements are changing. We can all stand here and pretend. If you read through New York Inspired, they're moving to a competency-based education. I'm not going to sit here tonight and explain the whole thing. That is radically different. It's a 180 degree from what we've all done. So for all the years of struggle, get people to understand the importance of PVACs and PBLs, it's here. For all the struggles and misunderstandings of digital portfolio, it's here. We're already doing the work. Just to give them credit, they're far ahead of other districts. There are districts who have done nothing. Don't even know what we're talking about. Yeah, nothing's perfect. I'm not perfect. We're going to make mistakes. That doesn't change the facts on the ground. I'm gonna go back to what I always said. You think doing the same thing for 20 years and an 82% graduation rate was okay? It wasn't. It never was. That means 18% of kids were not graduating. If you think that's okay, it's not. 97% fine. We can explain the rest because there are circumstances in life that people did. Still not okay. But it's a hell of a lot better than 82%. We can all sit here and have this discussion. I ain't fine. I walk with people that come to my door and they still not. That's not me. You want to come and talk. But the chirping needs to stop. You want to give adult people. Have an adult conversation. Hope it's Max not doing anything, but anything. I appreciate what this happened. But she's right. I'll be happy to explain it to her in detail. Because there are questions. There are things we need to figure out. And if you think you're not going to be part of that conversation, you're wrong. Matter of fact, we're having a meeting on Monday with some people. So I'm not going back to the 19th century. This Board of Education is not going back to the 19th century. We're moving into the 23rd century to meet the needs of the students here. I came here just 16 years ago, and it was an Irish, Italian, Catholic neighborhood. It looks nothing like that now, nor should it. We are America. We have the success of America, the struggles of America. We look like America. We feel like it's all a dream, right? It's an American. It's nothing's perfect, and it would never will be. But it's moving towards that every day. And if you think differently, that's fine. Come have a conversation. But life changes. Yes, it does. Every single day. But I hear you. I'll be happy to take it under consideration. Even if the board approves it tonight. That doesn't mean everything's going to change. That doesn't mean we're not listening. Just because we don't agree doesn't mean we're not listening.
So will there be other directors of learning in the other 2 elementary schools? That's what my comment was to 2 board meetings ago.
Yeah.
And then the,
Kindergarten center at this time, enrollment where.
I agree. I would absolutely agree. But my other question has to do with discipline. And those school districts that do have this director of learning philosophy do have deans of discipline in their buildings. Will we be bringing in deans of discipline?
Yeah, I'm not going back to the 19th century. We're not going to ignore discipline. But I think these guys love to promote these ideas of the hallways are crazy. You know what? We're going to go on a field trip to the work school in New York City, and we're going to compare. I don't watch the campus because I find it And when I have reported from time to time, the hallway. And if you think these hallways are loud, you are missing it. Cornwall Avenue is louder than the secondary. GW 100% of the GW in this building will attest to it. Is louder than the secondary. So to answer your question, Thor, we'll have people who will address discipline. But as I said 15 years ago, and I still believe it today, you don't just use a hammer to address discipline. Discipline is about changing behavior. So yes, we need that.
I absolutely agree with you.
You need a soft hammer, but you have to change behavior. We
Absolutely.
spend tons of time, day, and writing grants, which was still good. New grants just came out today that we're going to write to address it. So yes, things are changing. No, we're not going to ignore this. I'm going to probably suggest we ignore Dean to the Board of Education, probably not, however. That doesn't mean we're not going to address this. That's what I'm saying.
I would hope that your decisions on where these directors of learning will be going in different buildings would be discussed with the staff in the different buildings, just as you heard from the high school staff, how strongly they feel about one person being moved to an elementary school. When I used to work with this person and I know what they could do, so, you know.
People are not in general. People are basically saying it's stupid. We're talking about creativity, right? You're saying the other two, not true. It's general. That maybe the other people aren't as qualified to do the job. That's number one. Number two, you're making assumptions about the direction of learning and the role that they will play right now. So we haven't had those discussions yet because we're going to. Those discussions are going to happen all summer long. Just because we made a decision that we thought was in the best interest of this district doesn't mean we're ignoring it. It's another one of these things I've heard for years, it's like 16 morale things. Well, how can morale down to 3 decades? It's impossible. It's impossible. It's short. It is a God-honored sport. And I gotta be, you came here every day. You dress professionally every single day. I've always said that. You acted for effect. You and I had a disagreement, and it still didn't matter. You know why? Because we both came back here for the same thing. And I can always appreciate that. I will not say that. And that's on them, that's not on me. Because I wake up and I love this place. And I tell no one else loves this place. Okay. I'm not gonna have that argument. So you can't measure love. That's number one. Number two, we're not gonna sit here and we're gonna argue about one person. That's disrespectful to the other people. I can't imagine what we would say if the superintendent of the school said, well, we like that person, we don't like them. Forget it. You know what happens? There'll be a riot in the streets, and there should be, because that's not how we do things. We fight in turn. We don't fight when the camera's on. That's not for the world to know. It's an intern. You shut the door and you have the stuff. When you open the door, you have the coffee and you have the lunch. That's what we do as a family. That's never going to change as long as I'm. Some people like it, some people don't. Not here. There are people that I don't exactly consider to say I like. You know what I do? And I think you do this too. I believe that there's love. Michael Fuller, not weird. Michael Fuller. If anyone knows about Michael Fuller, education, he always said, love them all. That's our job, and always do repay. And that's what we're doing. We're leading this place into the 21st century. And then you know what? It's time for us to move now. We can argue, we can disagree, we can debate. But to make statements that are absolutely untrue, and that's not the representation what's happening. It's enough. Because quite honestly, we're talking about special ed, and you blew up an administrator at a department meeting and was disrespectful. That's not okay, because we don't do that to you. We shut the door. But when you're screaming and cursing, no, when you're the president of we have, okay, so when the BBS people are cursing and screaming at administrators, and they stood there and took it, is that okay? No, it's not, but they did, because they let people back. That's inappropriate, and nothing was ever done. Nothing was done. No one hated. That's another thing you talk about in this place all the time. But Barbara, you're not wrong. Absolutely not wrong. And there are going to be.
I'm happy to hear that.
We're not picking up on anything.
I,
We're saying what we do. You know what, I want everyone in this room to go read what the state's doing. They're building a plane in the air again. And we need to be ahead of the game, and we are. And the teachers get all the credit. I'm not looking for glory, and it's like a tail end. I retire and gone, I'm out, it's the next person's turn, that's how it is. It's all of us, for better or for worse, all of us doing it. And they should be proud of the work they did. It's hard, you know it. A bad PDL is worse than a bad explicit instruction. But a great PDL, which we're going to see the results of on June 22nd in Diana Scatoro's class, who do the PVAC, that did with administrators, that did with them. Oh, I'm sorry, Captain Klein, that did with community. They brought in data. They're coming to evaluate. Other people are coming to evaluate. This is the kind of work these people want to see. We're doing it already. We're ahead of the game. Why don't we start focusing on what matters? I'm happy to debate. I will. I'll debate you.
I am a firm believer that we get things done with excellent communication. And that even as a president or a leader of whatever group that I'm leading, it's not about me. It's about listening to the people that I represent. So thank you.
Thank you, Paul.
So we certainly, he's over our 20 minutes. We'll be coming back to the second portion of the evening where there's a lot of people in the that are waiting out, so I'd like to get to that part because they deserve their time. So I'm gonna move docket 5-57 through 5-360. Any questions? David? Okay. So at this time, I'm going to pass the mic over to Mr. Rigdon, who's going to use his superintendent report time to recognize all the people in the audience that just received tenure.
First, I want to say thank you. We extend our thanks to the dedicated educators, administrators, support staff, and personnel as embarrassing throughout the community to create safe,
Nurturing, inspiring learning environments for our students. Your unwavering commitment, passion, and resilience have made an immeasurable difference in the lives of countless students and families in the Brandon community.
We are equally grateful to the families who trust us with their children each and every day. The partnership, the encouragement, and support, the foundation upon which everything you do is built. Most of all, thank you to our students. You are the reason we show up, the reason we push ourselves to be better, the reason this works. Every question you ask, every challenge you take on, and every moment of the road you experience reminds us why we chose this profession. Make it all possible. Now for the important part of the evening. So I'm going to speak a little bit about each of our tenured staff, approximately 16. It is important that we recognize all of them. First, it's Natalia Kukowiak. Music teacher, started at Cornwell, who's gone up. Washington. She also worked here, the secretary.
Chestnut, she started Chestnut.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's okay. Thank you so much.
Chestnut Love. We did.
And spending time up here, helping them play. Ms. Antonio joined George Washington this year as a music teacher, and from day one, made our presence felt in the most wonderful way. Our instruction is purposeful, structured, and deeply responsive to the diverse needs of the students, and our classroom is a place that young musicians feel safe to go risk, grow, and discover what they are capable of. She holds the highest expectations for every learner and consistently helps achieve more than they initially believed possible. Talia's contributions to the life of our school have been extraordinary in a very short period of time. She led our 6th grade drama production with Ivanka, organized both the winter and spring concerts, and worked collaboratively with classroom teachers, support staff, and administrators at every turn. Flexibility, creativity, and solution-oriented spirit are hallmarks of the profession. But tempted is fortunate to call Natalia Rampola. Next up is Teresa Burns, school psychologist. Which brings a remarkable combination of clinical expertise, passion, and collaborative spirit to the role of school psychologist within our PTS department. Serving the students at Hank has built strong working relationships across both the district and the non-public school setting, and our ability to complete thorough, student-centered psychoeducational evaluations, facilitate productive CSD meetings, has made her a valuable member of our team. There's a rare gift for translating complex information into clear, actionable guidance for parents, teachers, and colleagues alike. But beyond her formal responsibilities, Tricia has demonstrated meaningful leadership through our implementation of the Beautiful Beat program and collaborative work to develop a school-wide IST process focused on early intervention and students. Earned her bachelor's degree in psych from Cornwall. My master's from NYU in terms of senior doctor at Delphi, a reflection of a lifelong commitment to growth. We are proud to welcome Tricia into tenure into the West Pennsylvania. Next is Jacqueline Leslie, who is kind of philosophy to secondary school. Jacqueline, I know you're here, you have to stand up. No, yeah. So Jacqueline spent 4 years building something exceptional inside her classroom at the secondary school, learning environments defined by literacy, critical thinking, and authentic student voice. For the teaching reading to line English at 18th level coursework, her instructional expertise is evident in every lesson. The use of Socratic seminar, whole group competency, data-driven differentiation ensures that every student at every level receives the targeted support which they need. He is one of the people. Here that example right there, what we're talking about. This is what they want. Sitting in front of the room is not it. What makes the actor truly special, though, is the way she shows up the students beyond the walls of her classroom. Sends literacy, drama production, volunteers with the seal of by literacy, services and advising from the GSA, consistently demonstrating a belief that being a great teacher means caring about the whole child. Collaborators, colleagues, quietly forth for our good in our school community. West Pennsylvania is a better place to teach. Leah Hill, social worker. Earlier, I know someone here. Until his journey in West Pennsylvania began as an intern, from those very first days, brought something that cannot be taught. Genuine, wholehearted commitment to the students and families, she said. Now completing her 4 years as a school social worker, he has become an irreplaceable presence in the lives of elementary students and families. Her clinical knowledge, her interpersonal, deep understanding of social and emotional development has made her a trusted partner for students, families, and colleagues. Leah's work as a primary project talent associate, which, by the way, in this district is nationally recognized 2 years in a row, going on our third. That's just not handful. Combined with our leadership on the Archdiocese and E&L Archdiocese, character education, collection professional, brings our best every single day and seeks to make the entire district stronger. Those with bachelor's degree in social work from Iona, and passing to the social programs, seen, heard, and valued. That's one of the most important things any educator. We're so proud to welcome her and thank her. Next up is Nicole Johnson. Nicole Johnson taught honors physics, AT physics, astronomy, world of tech, and more during the 4 years at West Pennsylvania Secondary School. And every one of those classes did demonstrate the same quality: intellectual curiosity, deep commitment to student growth, genuine love of his craft. His teaching encourages students to think critically, collaborate with peers, engaging with complex scientific concepts in ways that are meaningful and relevant to their life. He's always proactive, reflective, and at the cutting edge of his craft. Beyond his classroom, Cole has been a valued contributor to the broader school community. He has participated in the Beer Battle of Classmates, Symposium, family team, frequently served as the master of ceremonies and school events. Most recently volunteered to mentor student teachers, demonstrating time and generosity and investment in the profession that defines the rank. Dr. Marie embodies the portrait of a graduate who could not be more brand proud of both Cole Johnson and Magic Coffee, great science. How many science since you got away with not being on the fishing trip?
I'm going on Thursday. I am going on Thursday. Just want to clarify that. I didn't opt out. No, she can.
Kind of science to make students fall in love with asking the question. I have to be honest, I've seen that number. And reads to the kids on drugs at the kindergarten, because we all know everything is wrong with really learning in kindergarten. Not only that, that's like fifth grade science teacher at DW, who brings an impressive depth of content knowledge and extraordinary ability to make complex concepts accessible, engaging, and relevant to everyone. Students come to class every day with curiosity and excitement. That does not happen by accident. The result of a relentless commitment to crafting learning experiences that spark genuine wonder. Matt is also an exceptionally reflective practitioner, seeks feedback, translates it into actions quickly, and consistently uses students' performance data to differentiate individual needs. Our intentional incorporation of B&L strategy ensures that every student has access to rigorous content and opportunities to shine. He's a collaborative colleague and contributes to team discussions that approaches our work with professionalism, integrity, and a student-centered heart. We are thrilled to welcome Samantha to tenure in Ramsey. President Lynch. The fourth time you were here.
Yeah. I remember.
Doesn't go out and say his name first. Came around. He's had, I have to be honest, he's had a hell of a week. Names, Aztecs and Azstar. Tech Elementary Teacher of the Year. Nominated by Gregorio. What else would you?
Yes.
Get you something. Kelly has distinguished herself as an outstanding educator, leader, and colleague during her time at UW. Fifth grade ELA and social studies she's done lessons that promote inquiry, meaningful discussion, and rigorous thinking. Does so with a growth mindset that is evident in everything she produces. But thoughtful integration of technology, including AI supported tools, and our commitment to small group instruction, ensure that every leader receives what they need. Her most visible act of leadership this year may have been the founding of TW's first ever mock trial court. You know, she is now the feeder program. Yeah, also for the first time, they both middle school side, the north side, 7th, 8th grade side, mock trial program there, and we have the mock trial program at the 9th, 12th. Special shout out to Mr. Mustaine, he donates his own personal time, you know, he doesn't really have it, work with those people. Also, want to do a shout out to Crystal Lee, now works with Attorney's Office. She came back and picture work with you.
She did.
Is that not right?
Yep.
Also a Randy Bang member. They won one match, Kitty Cup in another match, but to see 23 students, it's 23 students mock trial. They all came. We went in trouble.
We did get.
There were students in there who ranked in all buildings. It's not the top 25 who was top 23 beat up. That's not disrespectful. There are kids who struggle different ways developmentally in trying to figure out their life. Yet you see them in a corner, dressed to the nines, they say, I don't get it. And performing at the highest level. Because they were doing real work. Real work. Under her guidance, they won the first competition, and that achievement reflects on their commitment to students, but her belief that schools should be a place where young people develop a voice, confidence, and the skills to advocate for themselves and others. She's respected by families, peers, and administrators alike, and we are honored. Grant the Garden City Day. Thank you, tenure, West Penn. Next one. Rome really agrees, but I'm going. Bronski Mesdor. I'm gonna say it's ironic at this moment that we're talking about you, we won't talk about you. Mesdor has become one of the most trusted and respected leaders in our school community during his 4 years as assistant principal of the secondary. I want to go back. Came here as the director of humanity, the director of learning. Yes, I'm going to say. He wanted a different seat on the bus. He knew it wasn't a perfect fit for him, and we found him. He's phenomenal at what he does. I didn't want to say anything else, but this is proving it right here. His understanding of the developmental needs of middle school students is exceptional. He did talk to Ms. Riley a lot, work on that, give him credit, so does he. And his approach to student discipline and concern, consistent, passionate, and always oriented towards growth, has made him someone students and families turn to with confidence. He manages the full scope of his administrative responsibility with attention to detail, care, and a forward-thinking spirit. The deeply collaborative championing PDL, project-based learning, facilitates 7th and 8th grade progress community, has been a strong advocate for grade level teams that support the whole student. His work with the community arts and community connections committees reflect his commitment to building trust between school and home. I can't overstate that enough. Everybody has strengths and talents, everybody has things they have to work. This man has made connections in this community. That has changed over my time. I'm not going to get too deep, but we're going to talk about social justice and all this other thing. That man's doing it. He doesn't talk, he does his work. And it's important that every chance we get to bring someone into this district, we are looking more and more like America. His story is special. Where his parents came from was special. He gets to tell that story to our kids who are now coming into our. He implemented student parent town hall meetings to amplify student voice to foster a greater sense of community. Our immensely proud to grant tenure. King Karen, Bronski Mesdor, the leader of the next West Point.
You can tell by your hair, but it's in there.
All right, Dr. Minicozy.
All right, Mr. Ray.
Said it when she first came here, I'm going to say it again before I read it. No disrespect to anyone else who did the printing. That's all said and done. He will be the best one of them all. I would think.
You.
My husband and her son, who are both here this evening, the husband's an educator in another school, which we don't talk about us. They do verify this.
Not true.
But education. There is no one I would rather see. So Lisa Minicozy represents the very best of what school leadership can look like since joining the Nuts, as we love to call it. She has cultivated school culture defined by intellectual curiosity, inclusion, and extremely high. Every. See the dial scores that are coming out of the UPK, and you're seeing. Definitely waiting on the stock here, I see. Mr. Vujic's here, it's on the Shiava's here. Keep reading for the missing notes, this note here. Good turn for it. The literacy notes that are coming out of this place now, something I dreamed of. See. Dream. So when you're saying it's so much work, it is. 100% is. But the reward that are reaped for hours is worth it's worth 184 days and 181. And all the summers that you spend. 100. And take that. A thoughtful introduction to center-based learning structure, support for inquiries-based pedagogy, kindergarten classroom, and our leadership of the district bright spot showcase that main Chestnut Street a model of innovative developmentally responsive practice across our entire district. Dr. Minato's impact extended well beyond her building. She has contributed to summer curriculum on the project, led professional learning and DEI and trauma informed instruction. Consistently brought our expertise to growth of broader learning community. After that, I'm just going to mention she was also up on Sunday mornings with pot of coffee online as we wrote the Rand Pathways grant program, which, by the way, depending on who you talk to in the state, we were either ranked #1 or #2 in the entire state of New York because the kids who participate in the program, who, as we all know, lead the program it's developed, right, scored 10% higher on the NWA both ELA and math compared to their peers who did not participate. Think about that for a minute. There's a lot of teachers who do a lot of great work, a lot of teachers who don't work in this district, who come and work with Grand Pathways program, and the leadership model that we have in place. He's a visionary thinker, trusted colleague, and a principled leader who carries the clarity, who leads with clarity and purpose. Our staff responds with exceptional dedication. He embodies what we mean by Kaizen, or continuous improvement, every day without exception. Place is blessed to have her.
I'm.
Who's monitor here? There's another one of the young crowd over there at Cornwall. And you can see kids. That place. Young Monitor secondary teacher approached to work with exceptional dedication, instructional expertise, and an unwavering belief in the potential of every child. But command and curriculum and pedagogy is evident in the rigor and accessibility of the lessons and our differentiated program. Particularly in our support of ENL student value. Shows that every learner is both challenged and supported. Classroom community respect, inclusivity, and high expectations. Brianna's data-informed practice, reflective mindset, and consistent professional will set her apart as an educator. Families feel informed, supported, and valued with clear communication and trust to build on day one. Active and collaborative member of our school community, contributing meaningfully to school-based initiatives, demonstrating genuine investment in the success of the building as a whole. We're proud to bring Brianna Monitor tenure, everything you could want. Brittany Murphy. Murphy's the definition of versatility, committed, and community investment educator. For years in the secondary school, she's taught across grades 7 through 12. Staying calm, positive, instead of broken. Adapting to every assignment and challenge with grace and willingness to do whatever is needed. Contributions to the school community include 21st Century Grand Pathways Program, the Student Goal Center Committee, National Union Honor Society, Homework Center, and Minister Shielding, speaker of professional, give generously, time, and self. Quick note. Great poetry units, where she invited some of our old students, that's not correct, back to her classroom to teach her current. And Brittany's also a lifelong learner. For the past 3 summers, she completed 45 credits, graduate credits to deepen her instructional practice and continue growing as an educator. Commitment that reflects the same standard of excellence she has to her students. Regularly volunteers for chaperone events, cover when needed, attend art shows, drama production, literacy night, student dance. He embodies Granite Pride. Best foot forward every day. Let's thank the team. Congratulations. Anthony Murray. Has been a picture of excellence across multiple schools throughout his career, serving students at the secondary school, former Loudon and FPW. He's a graduate of Delphi with degrees in history and education, and he's currently pursuing his second master's degree in library science at St. John. Reflection of the same passion for learning that he brings to students every day. His work as an instructor for the New York State ELA review class, the GW Math Club, and the Camp Invention Summer Camp demonstrates a reach that goes far beyond the traditional scope of the teaching assistant. But what makes Anthony truly remarkable is his spirit of service. Volunteer work with Kids for Cause and New York Avengers Inc., creating adaptive costumes and participating in events for children with disabilities, trauma, or serious illness, speaks to a passion and creativity that infuses everything he does in life. Proud recipient of the Scepter Award and genuinely beloved member of the West Penton family, we are honored to celebrate this American family today. Rachel Reyes. Mr. Reyes has been driving forth behind one of the most exciting student empowering programs at West Central Secondary. Again, 21st century forward thinking, something that we're looking to create CTE pathway out of some kids who need here. Different opportunities. As an architect and lead teacher of our broadcasting program, it's helped students build authentic communication, production, and media literacy skills, which have done so with infectious enthusiasm, dedication, and extended well beyond the classroom walls. It's not unusual to see Rachel sprinting through the halls to track down a student for an announcement or to support the latest media vision of a young creator. Energy is not performance. Beyond broadcasting, she advises the Crochet Club and their page. Build and supervise the student makerspace in the North Library and develop professional partnerships and outside organizations to expand programming and create new opportunities. Collaborative colleague and research teacher has built expertise across multiple content areas and forward-thinking educator who approaches every challenge with initiative and creativity. West Tennessee is a richer, more vibrant place because of their directions. Patricia Scolo, Assistant Director of PBS Services. Patricia has served as an Assistant Director of People Personnel Services since August of 2022. In that time, she has become the cornerstone of our district's systems level support for students, parents, staff, and administrators. Credentials are accepted. Bachelor's from SUNY platform, master's in special education from the law, and graduate certificate in educational leadership from LIU, New York State certification that go. Background in inclusive education code teaching, Wilson degree, ADA, CPI, every acronym you know, specialty. Gives her a breadth of expertise that serves West Tennessee students at every level, every day. Patricia is a passionate advocate for ensuring that students with disabilities have equitable access to grade level curriculum and the least restrictive environment. Her leadership of the K-12 branch reminds me the tracking system of coaching teachers and coaching parity, and our work strengthening our IST, RTI, ICT, now PT system have made our district better with schools. Make decisions that reflect the right balance of compliance, instructional impact, and student dignity. She does it with professionalism and heart. Brand proud and grateful for her tenure. Morgan Shore. Very busy. House recently, marriage recently, child right now.
Doing it all.
Morgan Short, an exceptional and versatile and impactful educating journey to West Hempstead. Original member, one of the members of Fab Four, across grades K through 6 before stepping fully into a vertical role. There.
Just obviously.
Then we said, you can't do the documented goal. Rather, it was taking the first grade at Homo Avenue to follow her students. Gave her a perspective and skill set that was truly one of a kind. In her current first grade classroom, she created a nurturing and academically rich environment where young learners build foundational skills with confidence and enthusiasm. Deep understanding of early childhood development, combined with the ability to tailor instruction to diverse learners, including E&L students and those with IEPs, makes her an outstanding educator. Morgan is highly collaborative, strong communicating with families, and professionals. Approaches every challenge with intentionality and care. She reflects on her teaching, seeks feedback, embraces growth. Same openness she models for her students. Has made a meaningful difference in the lives of students entrusted to her, fostering not just academic growth, love of learning, and a genuine sense of belonging. We're so very proud to welcome Morgan Short, attending the West End. Glory Stalls and Rockwell. You know about secondary school, I do want to give a special acknowledgement to our families because anytime there's an event, they're here, they're helping, they become part of the family too. Probably not a lot to do it, but I'm glad you guys don't come out. Then Sylvia and Bronco spent 4 remarkable years building something special in our 7th grade tech classroom, a space that functions less like a traditional classroom and more like a dynamic nature studio with video games, creating prototypes, develop marketing materials, and discover what they're capable of creating with their own hands and minds. Free Choice Friday is to loan speech to a teacher who trusts students, believes in their agency, growing from her prior experience, publishing, she brings interdisciplinary richness, work that connects technology with design, communication, and real world problems. Bring back things well beyond the walls from leadership of the coding problem, hackathons, reaching the leader and leading well. Including our outreach to low-level teachers to identify students with strong coding interests, demonstrates a commitment to growing a pipeline of future innovators in our district. She's a thought partner for colleagues, a source of creative energy across the STEM department, an educated approach to every challenge with passion and fun. Our STEM is very proud of good candidates and explore. David Studo. He is shining example. Yeah, Green West Tennessee since 2013 is a 1-to-1 and the year since has grown into a level 3 teaching. His impact on students with disabilities is deep, lasting, and possible. Played a foundational role in establishing the Grand Cafe up in Winter Haven. Past few years, has worked alongside colleagues to expand it. They fully functional school storefront that has become one of the most meaningful and recognized programs in our district. Through the Haven supports students in developing a vocational, independent living skills that they will carry with them into the world. Story management, customer service, communication in real time. We both decided this evening that once we get our bus, thanks to Ms. Harris, Simmons, there are a host of other legislators, when we get our bus, we want to take that show on the road to the event. Adrian's dedication to community-based instructional experiences that prepare students life beyond high school or secondary school reflects a teacher who sees the whole person, not just the student in front of them. Commitment to students, a strong work ethic, and compassionate presence makes you one of the great life strengths of our community. It's grand pride and gratitude that we celebrate. Ms. Christine Walsh. The champion for multilingual learning and impact and PW is felt every single day. Whether working in standalone instruction in full classroom, implement differentiated research aligned strategies to support language development, while maintaining high academic expectations. Ensuring that English language learners have equitable access to rigorous content, the opportunity to demonstrate their full potential. The work on the AIS, IST team reflects the professional approach. Sports, community partner. Seen as also been a meaningful leader within the broader community, mentor Delphi, first from TRP residents and youth partners, other best practices and helping them grow their whole confidence. Communication skills, collaborative spirit, great dedication to the success of student talent, takes our key asset, the wholeheartedly proud to celebrate. Thank. Crawford, and this is teaching assistant in secondary school. Crawford is a graduate of St. Joe, and character member of our community here since 20. Both knowledge and opinion and passion for his work before the institution and well beyond the sun. Last year, Crawford was proud recipient of the Central Award for meaningful recognition and his dedication. He's a distinction that speaks volumes about the kind of professional. James gives generously of his time and energy to a life professional. Homecoming last night was senior on family. Shows up for students and families with true spiritual connection. Committed to building strong, trusting relationships. Students exemplify what we mean by bringing pride. First, contributing something larger than yourself. You're pleased, grant your independent and creativity. Thank you. Last but certainly not least,
But rounding out the Cornwall Avenue crew. Mary Kay Wolf.
Mother one, like Mr. Ludo, like this show. These are the stories of West End. We just get to sit up here to tell. It's not only great stories. Her past in the classroom, stories. Again, career in West End as a teaching assistant. She consistently went above and beyond. Our foundation gave her a perspective on the wide range of needs that learners bring to school. That was secondary teacher at Cornwall Avenue, distinguished herself with passion, skill, highly effective educator, consistently prioritizing the needs. A particular strength in supporting students with particular learning, including those with IEPs, such both expertise and deep thinking. This year, Mary Kay has embraced the transition into ICP setting, enthusiasm, and professionalism, immersing herself in collaborative structures that ensure every student thrive. She's organized, reflective, data-driven, common sense. Excellent communicator. Classroom is a place where students feel valued, trusted, and motivated to grow. I'd be more proud to celebrate 10 in Mary Kay. Wonderful that people are everything we want to do. We want to give them one more big round of applause. In the beginning, I want to thank all the families that came out for CC, all of the decision boards, that we appreciate that. And, congratulations.
I'm not gonna speak as long as you did, because on behalf of the board, I want to say congratulations to everyone for this. Any motion to move back is 5-361 through 5-364. Any questions? All in favor? They will move back to 5-365 through 5-378. So moved. Any questions? All in favor? That's it. And the motion to move out to 5-379. Joe Negro. I can't hear you, can you? Joe and third. Second. Any questions? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? And abstention. And it also to move document 5-380 and 5-392. Any questions? Favor? Aye. Okay. Dockets 5-393 to 5-395. Any questions? Favor? Aye. That's it. Just need to move docket 4-347. So moved. Second. Any questions? Favor? Aye. Passes. Whether it's your board, but I would take a moment to just make a statement. Tonight is Mr. Lazar's last public meeting about during his term. I want to take a moment to thank Mr. Lazar for the time and effort he has put into his time on the board the last 3 years. We may not have all always agreed, but we stood the ground and we always came out with ideas of questions. And you did something that not many would have done. Thank you very much for your.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Long advance?
Future meeting dates are, well, mine's on a separate piece of paper. I usually say on the back of the agenda, but we'll go with on the back of the agenda. And we've now reached the period for district residents and or employees of the district to address the board. This again, the individual will be limited to 3 minutes of non-confidential agenda items with an overall maximum of minutes. If you're called upon, please raise your hand. If you're called upon, please stand and state your name so the clerk can put it in the minutes. Mrs. Gilbert.
Barbara Kilty. So now that the state budget is passed, and I know that our district was given an increase, how is that helping us?
Are you referring to UPK money?
Well, both. UPK was significant. And I know that we had discussed that earlier in the year, that the UPK money did not cover all of the bills that we were required to pay for. And it's now up at $10,000 per student, which is a significant amount of money. We were at what, 5,200, 5,300? So will that cover what we had to cover before?
We have to have those discussions internally, obviously, and Mr. Bill did it on a webinar today, they still didn't give us any answer. So
Okay,
to answer your question, our intent is to make sure we now cover our expenses.
okay. So the other part of it is we received additional money in the budget, in the state budget for our district. From what I read in the paper, do we know how much and how much that will help us?
The round, I don't know the exact number, but it was in the neighborhood of $30,000.
That was it?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Mrs. Matarazza.
Mary Magrachi, question. I'm just trying to understand. I'm somebody who does her best to pay attention. I'm very sympathetic to our district's fiscal problems. But I am proud that we are in much better shape than many other districts surrounding us. It's fiscal reasons why we're coming away with all EAPs.
So if you think back to the original budget meeting, we were $4 million for.
Right.
We navigated our way, get down to 2. Wasn't. No, there was nothing else to do that.
I understand that.
Fortunately here, as you know, in a long time,
Yes.
nothing left, right?
Right.
We had to make hard decisions about excesses. We went line by line, grade by grade, make sure, as best we could, that no class size was going to be so large that it's not going to be now. He did it. for most of it. Class is 30 in AP class. I'm not going to all. Let's do that alone. Okay? Class of 22 in second grade, not unreasonable. Still very good for one. Yeah, the access 1 minute. That does have an impact. Right, all of these things have an impact. We have 4 people, targeted, we didn't go play. We never get to meet, never get to be ranked. So yeah, the overall impact is that, right?
Right,
The restructuring of the administrative title took that.
okay.
That's more about the titles themselves, to be perfectly clear. This
No,
guy-
okay,
Just finish. Then you can ask them.
no problem.
It was about moving into the 21st century. People have come to me. This is the thing that I don't really, I'll just give you some of it, because some of this is not the public knowledge.
Okay,
Administrators have come to me individually.
I won't tell anybody.
It's on the board. So they've come to me and asked for responsibility. They want to take on new challenges. They want to expand their role. I can't just make them all like, have a curriculum team job and then get, it's just, we can't do this. We were giving thought. We already have directors of one, that's it. Going back, dating back to 2017. This was intentionally planned. This is not happening. This is, we've been thinking about these things for a long time. You understand that we started PBL 6 years ago, 7 years ago, to get us ready for this moment here. Today's Tuesday, Monday, yesterday, the state announced the next step in their initiative. There's no more seat time required. If anyone doesn't know what that means, I'm not being disrespectful, it means to take a Regents exam, you have to be in class a certain number of days, a certain amount of time. They don't care about that anymore. Now, we can debate that and argue that, and that's a fair point, right? Another thing they don't care about anymore is the number of credits you require, because now it's about competency-based education. Now, I will say that philosophically, for me, it aligns beautifully to what I do. I have my 100% concern. People who've been around a while, go back to the days of APR, remember Barbara sitting on me. They built a plane in the air. That was the actual video they showed us. They were building a plane in the air. I'm getting on a plane that's being built in the air. Right? So we have to be careful. But we have the institutional knowledge, we have the content knowledge, we're moving people into places where they can take more risks, take more responsibility and grow. Is it going to be perfect? No. Are we going to monitor it? Yeah. We're going to include people? Yeah. 100%. But we need to keep moving into the 21st century. The 19th century is over. It's over. They're killing it. Whether you want it or not, it doesn't matter. They're moving ahead. It's pretty progressive. And not the bad. Because you know what it does? Wilder and Eddie get an opportunity. Every special ed kid gets an opportunity. We've always said all means all. No one over there has ever denied that. They've never lied. They've always lived it. For better or for worse. 80% graduation rate 16 years ago. I don't care how many times I say it. It's now 97, thanks to everyone, the teachers up here, administrators back there, TAs, custodial staff, keeping this place clean and safe for us during COVID, and on a daily basis. It takes a team of families. That's what we're doing. We have to keep moving forward. I get it. I get it. I live in a different community. I don't want to see that community's culture tore up. We're not tearing anyone up. You had to let go of people. That's unfortunate. We lived towards the last. I was came as the principal, 10 here. Who actually has 10 people good luck. These things happen. We're a small community with limited resources. Why did this Tilby's always talking about the budget? Because you don't get enough state. You have to fight that fight. They need to change the formula. They claim they want to fight for it, right? They did a Rockefeller study which cost the district state $2 million. And they talked about increasing the funding for people for ENL students. That would have helped us. They talked about increasing the funding for private school students. You don't think that would help us? So, it's all part of the larger plan.
I agree with all that, and with the world moving on, trust me, I have 3-year-olds that are more tech savvy than me. My main concern, though, is and I'm sure there's a plan, but I just need to understand it, is the middle school, which I know there's no such thing anymore. We are now, right, we're secondary. So if we don't have APs, we have one principal for both buildings, correct? Even
One
though,
principal for the secondary school.
correct. Is there going to be somebody?
There's going to.
I have a lot of
There's
concern.
going to be
middle
plenty of
school.
people who are going to take on responsibility of the secondary. Have we figured every single inch of it out? No. You know why? Because I don't believe that way. Contrary to popular belief, I don't believe that. I've had many conversations with the team already. We have to have a lot more, and then we have to loop in more people. This is just a process that we go through every single time. It is no different than we went through the Princeton plan. Everybody was looping them up. It's the same thing. We have conversations with people. But you know, everyone wants to have a voice. But never let's forget, first budget meeting, there was one human being besides us. One. So, you know, if you want to have a voice, you also got to show up.
I'm not complaining.
And I just stating the fact. Yes, you have to let go of the title assistant principal. Yes.
But there'll be a.
That's a title that goes back to the 19th, 18th century. It's over. These people want responsibility. They want to move. They want to do great things for these kids, for themselves to grow as human beings, to support the staff. Yes, it's scary. Oh, this is scary. But change is the only constant. We're not going to sit here. We're not going to sit here and do nothing. We are going to do everything for these kids. I don't care. I don't care. They're going to reading the kindergarten level. They're going to being half done at the highest level, not at the highest level of BW. Yes, they are. We're going to will it into existence, Lorraine. You know that and I know it. We can disagree at times, but we don't ever disagree about that.
No, I agree.
We always do because that's what the family does.
Right.
Never one. So we're going to make it happen. We're going to will it into existence. It's going to be different. I promise you, I'll keep you all up to date as we move along.
I appreciate
But
it.
the misnomer of me not wanting, or the board not wanting, or any whoever it is, not wanting to talk is not true. It's a false statement. So wrong.
I have one more question. Do we have any indication on how the charter school is affecting us yet?
There's zero enrollment for West Hempstead students.
Zero.
Zero. There was, just to be perfectly clear, there was one student. He can't use the name. We thought they were going to get the same type of special ed services that they here over there. I don't know.
Okay.
Well, thanks to people like Ms. Karras, who's the executive director of PPS, the director of learning, support services. We have been able to bring her back quite easily because it's an open, honest conversation.
Thank you.
And that's another thing you need to continue to practice, because you're after your own. It's not okay.
Do you have any other questions? I do want to, just because I skipped it and I want to announce it, I know it's not, announce it, Jason Cattle will be our new student board member for next year, so we're very proud of him. He's done some pretty amazing things this year with PICA and, so we're looking forward to what he has to offer next year, and we look forward to working with him. That being said, I need to get a motion to the acceptance for the Isaac Council to discuss negotiations and to discuss the. All in favor? Aye. Thank you, everybody, for coming out this evening, and we will see you.
Yeah.